Welcome to Book Reviews, where there is boundless offerings of organized knowledge with Estelle and Tammy Terrell.
Our purpose is to inspire individuals to read more books, expand their minds, and continue to learn. The book that we'll be reviewing today is The Alchemist by the author by the name of Pablo Coelho.
This book is a fiction. It's about 167 pages. It is a very short book.
And what would you say would benefit from reading from this book?
I would say go getters, dreamers, anyone that wants to do more, that wants to find their purpose in life. This would be the book to purchase.
Okay, now in a few words, if you could summarize this book in a whole, what would it be?
Okay, so this book is about a young boy. His name is Santiago, and he is a shepherd. And he wants to pretty much find his personal legend. He wants to know what is his purpose. And throughout the book, he finds a various amount of people that want to make a difference or help him out throughout his journey. And it's really about melting metals into
Yes,
gold.
Alchemist, yes.
Mhm.
Alchemy, I should say, yes.
Yes.
That was part of his purpose. And he didn't even know how it all started was he had this dream, reoccurring dream. And then he met with a gypsy, a storyteller, a dream teller. And she said that his purpose or his dream or his personal legend would be in the pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
So he went out to go ahead and find his purpose. And before he got to the pyramids, there was different things that took place throughout his life that he had to go through to learn lessons. And once he learned those lessons, he was able to get to his purpose, which at the end of the book was really where he came from. That's where his treasure lied.
Exactly.
Now, in terms of the book, was there any major aha moments for you?
There was so many aha moments. If I could just dip this book in highlighter ink, I would because I wrote all over this book. There were so many great points, but one of the ones or the quote that inspired me the most was the one that talks about what is the world's greatest lie? And it is that at a certain point in our lives, we lose control of what's happening to us and our lives and become controlled by fate. And that is the greatest lie.
That's true. I think so because sometimes what happens in life, we feel as though we don't have a say.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just gonna happen, so I just have to deal with it. No, you're a part of it.
True.
So you have to take action. You have to take a hold of what's going on, and you have to be involved all the time. That's something that I believe. So I like that particular quote. Now, when it comes to the quote that I like, it was, let's see, to show you one of life's simple lessons, the alchemist answered, when you possess great treasures within you and try to tell others of them, seldom are you believed. What would you take from that?
Seldom that you are believed, but at the same time, I think that you have to show people what it is that you have inside of you. Because the more that you talk about it, that's all it is. Talk. But when you put into action, then it's more believable. And it's not just having them believe in whatever it is that you think that you should be doing. It's believing within yourself.
That's true. That's true. I definitely get that. Because it's one thing to know that you know that you know, but you have to start walking the walk and talking the talk. You may not be directly in what your purpose is, but everything comes together for your purpose. So once you figure out what it is that you want to do, start walking that way. Start doing the things that you need to do because everything is building you up. Don't just rest and be easy with whatever life throws at you. Because as your quote said, you're part of it.
Yep.
So you have to have some type of purpose behind what you do.
Definitely. So as far as the book, did you think it was easy, difficult?
After my first read, because I've read it about a total of, let's say, about 3 times. The first time I was like, okay, I get it. The second time it was better, but the third time I really got it. So this is one of those books where it gets easier over time.
Yes.
That's what I think. What about you?
I would say the same thing. I had to read this a few times in order to really get a better understanding of it. And I would say the first time you read it, just don't put it down and say, this is a bit complicated. What is going on here? Read it again. I guarantee you, you will get so much out of it. I know I did.
I did too. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite books. I actually gift this particular book to someone because I believed in it so much. So this is one of those things that it should be on the Christmas list.
Any aha moments for you?
Aha moments. I would say one of the aha moments would have been with the shopkeeper, the crystal shopkeeper.
I remember, yes.
Yes, him. He knew what his purpose was. He wanted to go to the pyramids, but his business wasn't doing good. So he didn't go, and he had an excuse for it. But once purpose came, which was Santiago, he was able to make more money. He was able to have the things that he needed in order to get to the pyramids, but he chose not to. And I noticed that was an aha moment because sometimes life can be lined up for you. Everything says go, the path is clear, but still you choose not to go because you're afraid. The whole idea of knowing that you can go is good enough for you.
And that's very sad. I think a lot of us get into that state where we find people that are able to help us. They show us the bigger picture, and yet we see it and we say, oh, that is such a beautiful picture. I'll just set it here on my mantle and I'll look at the picture instead of doing exactly what we want to do and going for everything that we envision for ourselves.
True. Or also sometimes what we do, we feel as though we have to fight for everything.
Yes. Why does everything have to be a fight?
Exactly. And when it's easy, it's like, it's too easy. But had we sat back and thought about it, you're deserving of it. You deserve it. You worked for it. You dreamed about it. You thought about it. You're doing the things that you should do. Get it. It's yours. It's for you. Even if it's for only a little, it's still for you. So that's what I think about it. Now, was there anything that was missing for you?
I don't think anything was missing for me, but I honestly felt like the missing piece was this book. I felt like reading this book, it was a puzzle piece that completed my vision, and it assists me to go on to the next level, because every time I would read a section in this book, I felt like I should be doing more. How should I get to the next step? Who should I connect with? What are the omens saying? Like, are they good signs or bad signs? So for me, it was amazing. This book is amazing.
I liked it. I like it too. But what was missing for me, after everything that Santiago went through, I'm still say this again. Where is the girl? He was robbed. He was beat up. He was robbed again. He fell in love. She was willing to wait. He found his treasure. But where was the girl?
I believe her name was Fatima.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Or you could say Fatima.
Fatima. Okay.
Depending on how you want to say it. But where was she?
Where was she? I think it was just an experience. And I felt like in him learning who he is, now it gives him an opportunity to be with someone and really, how would I say this? Appreciate it.
That's true. That's true, because you have to know who you are. You have to have your purpose. Because you know what? To think about it, until you know your purpose, you figure out your life lessons, your personal legend, you'll have an unrest.
That is so true.
In your spirit.
Yeah, I never thought about it like that, but that's true.
Yeah, because you know how some people we meet when we're young, and then we don't know our purpose. It's like, I just see everything in you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally figure out what your purpose is, and you understand that this person wasn't supposed to be for life. It was just part of the purpose. So I think that's part of the book also. Figure out your purpose first, and then maybe if there was a sequel to the book, then the girl came.
That. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would really know what to do then.
Exactly. Because he wouldn't have this unrest in his spirit anymore.
Yeah, because the dream, he kept having the dream, and that's that unrest.
Exactly.
Until he finds his personal legend, he will continue to have the dream.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. So if you were to rate this book on the scale of 1 to 10, what would you say?
I would have to say a 10 because this book was amazing. Like I said before, every page that I turned, there was always something that was an aha moment for me, something that kept me going, that wanted me to, or made me want to do so much more.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that if you are in a state in your life where you feel like, I'm stuck, I don't know where to go, I need some encouragement, this would be it. This would definitely be it. So how would you rate this book?
I would rate this book a 10. Definitely a 10. Because this particular book shows you that everything that you go through, the highs, the lows, the times when you feel as though I'm not doing anything. Everyone else is accomplishing something, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
It's all part of your purpose. So if you have a goal, like there's something pulling you through, it's still going to pull you through. So there's going to be times where you don't look like everyone else. And you may want what everyone else has, but that's not for you. And that's not the time.
True.
And in your time, it'll come.
It will come.
So I definitely rate this as a 10. I would definitely recommend it to anyone to go to the library, Barnes & Noble, anywhere to just say, let me purchase this book.
So where did you purchase your book?
Actually, I purchased my book at Barnes & Noble. What about you?
I purchased my book at the thrift store.
Great.
So there's plenty of resources out there where you can find books and really go deep.
That is true. So just like this and any other book, once you start reading, reading helps with your imagination. And it helps to inspire anything that you want out of life. Anything, it starts in the mind. That's what I think.
It definitely starts in the mind.
It starts in the mind.
So do we approve?
I'd say both approve.
Yes.
The Alchemist.